No, I think I'm tougher on Russia than I am on Iran. No, I think I'm tougher on Russia than I was on almost any other country.
Yes, you heard that correctly. July 5th, 2025, Donald Trump on Air Force One on his way to play golf this weekend. I'm tougher on Russia than anyone. And ladies and gentlemen, you haven't heard anything yet. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for sharing, liking, commenting. Appreciate your subscription to the channel. And I look forward to the comments on this one because I'm sure they're going to be rolling. Let's jump straight in, and I want to inform you and update you guys 100%. We are now sensing and seeing and hearing that Donald Trump is understanding for himself that he can't stop Putin. And additionally, that brings into other questions geopolitically, and we'll look at those in just a moment. But also, does he want to stop Putin? That's the big question. But we can evaluate three of the statements that he has stated within the last few hours. The first one is Vladimir Putin wants it all.
Strategic call.
Are there plans to partner with Ukraine on munitions?
Well, we've been helping them and we'll continue to help them. It's a pretty tough situation. We'll see what happens. I told you I was very unhappy with my call with President Putin. And it just seems like he wants to go all the way and just keep killing people. No good. It's not good. I wasn't happy with it.
Okay, so there we have two things to look at. Number one, we did hear an inkling that we'll continue to help Ukraine. So for that, let's be honest, we're thankful. But just a brief statement was there. The majority of that statement was about, I was unhappy with the call. All Putin wants to do is kill people, and he's going to go all the way. That's what we're hearing right there. It's almost like we're going to give token help to Ukraine, but I'm not really going to stop Vladimir Putin. In fact, he says this, I'm tougher on Russia than I am on anyone else.
Talk about sanctions a lot, yeah.
What does he say?
I would say he's not thrilled with it, but, he's been able to handle sanctions, but these are pretty biting sanctions. No, we talk about sanctions a lot. And he understands that it may be coming, and, he's a professional.
It may be coming.
Yeah, maybe coming. No, I think I'm tougher on Russia than I am on Iran. No, I think I'm tougher on Russia than I was on almost any other country.
I'm sorry. You heard it. No AI. He knows sanctions are coming. No problem. We've even heard that from Dmitriev and others in the financial sector there in Russia. In Putin himself, we can handle the sanctions, no problem. But we also heard Donald Trump state, I am tougher on Russia than anyone. Anyone, Iran included. Yeah, we dropped bombs all on Iran and destroyed their nuclear program, but I'm tougher on Russia. And you know what? Putin, he's a professional. He can handle it. It's almost as if he's standing in awe of Vladimir Putin. And then finally, on the third statement, we come back to the pet statement. Ukraine's not my war. It's Biden's war.
We've helped a lot of countries. The Ukraine situation, that's a Biden deal. It's not a Trump deal. I'm trying to get it finished off, settled. And we'll see. I don't know. I can't tell you whether or not that's going to happen.
Is it a priority?
Yeah, I'd like to see it happen.
There you heard it, folks. Is it a priority? Yeah, I'd like to see it happen. Is it going to happen? I can't tell you. It's a Biden thing, and I'm trying to clean it up. It's like you just stated that Vladimir Putin is killing people every day, but because it's Biden's fault in Biden's war, not sure I can do anything about it. Where is the morality in that? You're the president of the United States. I don't get it, but I think I have some insight for you guys today in regard to that. A couple of views we need to look at, three here. Basically on the left side, you can see the United States and Israel and Ukraine, the European Union, the UK, there's Australia, there's many other nations. And yes, I've put the US on this side because on the other side, we have Russia, we have Iran, North Korea, and I made the Chinese flag bigger because most people are missing the China angle and the level of it. Remember Taiwan, remember the tariff wars, economic wars, the Chinese influence globally, the Chinese influence in Africa. This is a much bigger deal that is looming a shadow over Ukraine. So look at a couple of points here. Israel's war with Iran was short, photogenic, politically safe, fly the B-2s over the White House yesterday. That's exactly the kind of conflict Donald Trump likes. Not a World War II-like protracted real war with a 1,500-kilometer-long front line, and every type of warfare from World War I to Buck Rogers is happening with the drones. Ukraine's grind against Russia is long, expensive, and risks great power escalation. China's shadow looms largest. Many withheld weapons are likely being consolidated, the United States side, for a Pacific crisis, Taiwan. And as we continually share, everyone expecting an Iran 2.0. Do we really believe that there's just going to be peace between Israel and Iran and Israel and Hamas, and they're not going to stop in Gaza? I mean, I hope so, but right now we have no indication of that. And the United States looking at that, knowing where they want to send weapons to. So we'll see, guys. It's all connected. Merz once again contacting Donald Trump, and Trump again making no commitment as Merz calls him to request to help Zelensky and Ukraine with air defense and other weapons, but no commitment from Donald Trump. That's coming directly from Germany today and Merz. Additionally, Yuri Ignat, this is the guy that's the Air Force spokesman for Ukraine, dropping some truth about Patriots. This can give us another angle. Listen really closely, guys. This can give us another angle why maybe Patriots are being slowed down. Maybe. It's for consideration. I look forward to your comments. Russia is adjusting their technology, and the Patriots, although phenomenal, are struggling. They're struggling. See, they're not being modified and updated as quickly and technologically. They're old systems that are great. Russia is changing their systems every day to combat the Patriots. Don't take it from me. Take it from Yuri Ignat.
Regarding ballistics, shooting them down isn't simple. Only our Patriot system and service can intercept them. Patriot has its strengths and weaknesses too. This is important to understand. Patriot uses radar to lock onto and capture targets. To fully protect a huge city like Kiev, multiple Patriot batteries are needed, positioned in different directions to cover all angles and intercept ballistic missiles with anti-missiles. The enemy has upgraded their Iskander ballistic missiles. They now fly on quasi-ballistic paths, maneuvering as they approach, making it harder for Patriots to intercept.
You see, I think there's something to this, at least to be considered. The Russians have upgraded those Iskanders, and we know that like Kinjals and the daggers are very difficult to intercept, but these Iskanders coming in are running on different patterns, and what did he call it? Quasi-ballistic. It's difficult to intercept even for the Patriots. So it's like the U.S. doesn't want maybe egg on its face that the Patriots aren't at the ability and level that everyone thinks they are. We know also in Israel, the Iron Dome rather was struggling. Iran did a lot of damage to Ukraine in that Israel, in that 12-day war. And they were unable to stop many of those missiles, and they hit military targets and refineries and oil production, you name it, ports. So Yuri Ignat giving us some truth. Now, this again trickles down. We know we have issues like with Hungary and Slovakia in regard to Ukraine and the European Union, but now we can add Croatia to it. Zoran Milanovic, Croatian president, slams EU leadership for supplying weapons to Ukraine. Croatia practically gaining nothing from donating tanks to Ukraine, said Croatian President Zoran Milanovic. He also emphasized that some EU countries made irrational decisions by donating their best equipment to Ukraine, not aware of the consequences. Here he is. You can hear it for yourself. We practically gifted Ukraine 35 tanks. We don't have that many tanks, only around 80, and that's publicly available information, and all we get from Germany is crumbs. And with that, we can only buy crumbs, but there are no crumbs to buy. In other words, that leads to hunger and poverty. That's not how you solve the national issues. So there we have now Croatia getting upset about this. This is all the trickle down, the pressure. And trust me, a lot of these European leaders, they're watching the United States. They're watching what is the Trump administration going to be doing in the future with Ukraine. And you can see the three statements that we provided to you earlier. It's changing. And I stand by the thumbnail and stand by the title. Trump can't stop Putin right now. Maybe he doesn't want to. We shall see. Thank you for being here. Thank you again for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate each and every one of you. Look forward to your comments and your thoughts on this topic. Be blessed, and we'll be back at you.